those who lived in these societies in the West, they would get married young. I remember 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was not strange to find someone getting married right after high school or at the beginning of university or college. That wasn't something strange. That was a norm. And today the 18, 19, 20-year-old, early 20s, as soon as you bring up the topic of marriage to them, they see it as something so far-fetched. That marriage is something for those with white beards. That youth don't get married. That being 18, 19, 20, being in university, you are still too young to get married. That is the mind state of many of the youth, both brothers and sisters. That they believe you must go to university first or college and graduate and get a job and save who knows how much money. And then when they're in their 30s and mid-30s, that is when they think they are ready for marriage. That is when they think they are ready for marriage. And that is those who would even consider marriage. That is the case of those who would even consider marriage. Whereas many do not even want to get married at all. Many do not want to even get married at all. And so in today's topic, or today's lecture, inshallah ta'ala, we are going to discuss the means that the enemies of Islam use in order to cause us to not want to get married, and likewise the different plots and the different things that they do to the institution of marriage itself. How even those who do get married, although they are Muslims, that they adopt the Western culture and they apply that to their marital life, and that they wish to be married in accordance to the customs and to the ways of the disbelievers, not following the Quran and Sunnah and their deen in how they live their marital lives. And so there are two main movements out there that are responsible for this brainwashing. This brainwashing that wishes to cause us to detest anything related to marriage. And for the sisters, that is feminism, making you believe that men are your enemy, and that your entire existence on this earth is to fight for women's rights. Right? To fight for women's rights, even if those are rights that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given the woman, but rather to busy you with believing that you are oppressed, with believing that your religion has not given you that which honors you and raises you in this life and the next, but rather busy you with that, and to make you believe and have this sentiment that your brother in Islam is your enemy. And so the war that exists between the disbelievers, the men and the women from amongst the disbelievers, we've now adopted that as Muslims. And we are now fighting one another and hating one another, similar to that which has occurred with the disbelievers. And then for the brothers, it is the red pill movement. The red pill movement that has caused many of the brothers likewise to detest anything to do with women and to not want to ever get married, and believe that every woman is out there, or that every woman that is out there, or every sister that is out there is out to ruin his life, or that if he marries her, she's going to take his money and put him in jail and take his kids away from him, and all these horror stories that they hear. Everyone has that mentality. So everyone is in fear of one another. Sisters are in fear of the brothers, and brothers are terrified of the sisters. And as a result, nobody gets married. As a result, nobody then gets married. And so as it relates to these movements then the Muslim is not in need of them. The Muslim has that which is in his religion and her religion to follow. We have within our deen guidance, and that which will lead us to successful lives and marriages. And so we do not need kuffar and disbelievers to teach us and tell us the way of success. Our deen has that which leads to success in every single aspect of life, whether that is marriage, whether that is your day-to-day life, whether that is your career path, whether that is business that you wish to begin. Any aspect of this life, our deen has guidance for us. And so for us to then leave the guidance that exists in our religion, that the enemies of Islam, those who know about our deen, they envy us for. They envy us for. And they know the truth within our deen and that which distinguishes Islam from every single way of life. That which proves that the deen of Islam is the one true religion. Due to this aspect of having guidance and rules and regulations as it pertains to every aspect of life. Look to the Jews and the Christians and see if they have detailed rulings and regulations as it pertains to marriage and as it pertains to divorce or as it pertains to the laws of inheritance. Even something as small as we believe it to be small, but it is great. Even the etiquettes of how you use the bathroom. Akramakumullah. Even the etiquettes of how we use the bathroom, how we enter the bathroom, how we relieve ourselves, how we clean ourselves after using or answering the call of nature, after coming outside of the bathroom, all of these aspects, we have rules and regulations. How we purify ourselves, ghusl and wudu, and that which necessitates wudu, and that which necessitates ghusl and the like. We have all of these things within our deen. No other way of life has these things. No other way of life or religion has these things. So then it is unfortunate to then see Muslims seeking guidance and seeking happiness in other than their deen. In other than their deen.